What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, here is my top 10 favorite 1985 movies. And funny enough, Stranger Things, which just premiered on Thursday, this season takes place in 1985, so it's kind of appropriate to do a 1985 base list. So, that being said, here's my 10 favorite movies of 1985. All right, coming in at number 10 is going to be Teen Wolf. Not to be mistaken with that MTV show, by the way. Teen Wolf, the movie version, is much better than the show, really. I mean, although that show's not even based on the Michael J. Fox one, which I don't know why they never changed that title, but whatever. I mean, Teen Wolf is pretty much a comedy about this high school nerd played by Michael J. Fox, who had an interesting year in 1985 between this and another film that he had that year. So yeah, but anyway, in Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox, stars as like a high school nerd who ends up becoming like a werewolf. And he also ends up learning from his father, Harold, played by James Hampton, that being a werewolf like runs in the family and all. So he ends up deciding to take advantage of his freakish trait, and he also becomes like the hero of his school's basketball team, while also wanting to win over his longtime crush here. And it's a pretty fun, entertaining film. It's hilarious. It's heartfelt. Mike J. Fox at the height of his career was great in this. I mean, it was really cool seeing him as a werewolf here in this film. And of course, years later, they did do a sequel called Teen Wolf 2, which had a young Jason Bateman in it. That one you don't have to borrow. The first Teen Wolf is the best. And yeah, that MTV show, I literally thought it was like a remake of the Michael J. Fox one, but it turned out not to be. So anyway, coming in at number 9 is going to be the Chevy Chase classic Fletch. I mean, Fletch is a hilarious film. I mean, in it stars this reporter named Erwin Fletcher, played by Chevy Chase, who drives his editor, played by Richard Libertini, up the wall, but like he always produces great pieces for the newspaper. And so like when his next story is about a drug trade taking place on the beach, Fletch ends up going undercover as a homeless man, and he's unaware of Fletch's true identity. So you got a businessman, Alan Stanwart, played by Tim Mathis, who offers Fletch $50,000 to kill him. And it's a really funny film. It's not really as good as A Vacation, because that's probably my favorite Chevy Chase film. But Fletch is a really funny film. It has some really funny lines in it. You know, uh, Chevy Chase at the height of his career was funny here. You also had Gina Davis. It was directed by Michael Ritchie. He did a good job at directing. Really funny film, and there was talks about like a reboot or a remake with I believe Jason Sudeikis or Ed Helms was attached at one point. That never went anywhere. But yeah, Fletch is really funny. If you guys never seen Fletch by now, check out the first Fletch. Don't need to bother with the sequel, but the first Fletch is really good. All right, coming in at number 8 is going to be Joe Schumacher's film Saint Elmo's Fire. Now, this is a film about like a group of pretty much about a group of college graduates who embark on a series of misadventures in the real world. I mean, you've got Emil Estevez's Kirby, who's like a writer who wants to be a lawyer. You've got Kevin, played by Andrew McCartney, who's like a moody writer who yearns for his wallet. You got Jules, played by Demi Moore, You got Judd Nelson as as Alec. You also got Alice Sheedy as Leslie, and you got Marie Winningham as Wendy, who's also a quiet girl. Who's like in love with Billy, played by Rob Lowe. And so like they pretty much hang in at like a they both all of them pretty much hang out like a bar, and so they could grapple with memories and all that. It's a really funny. Well, it's not really a funny film. I mean, it has like comedic moments, but it has some comedic laughs. It has some heart to it. Great cast by Rob Lowe was great. You also had Eddie McDowell in this. Marie Winningham, Alex Sheedy, Judd Nelson. Lots of people like lots of the '80s frat pack was in this, and it's a really good one. I mean, it also featured the classic song "St. Elmo's Fire." That's a good one. I really like the bar they were in. If you guys never had a chance to check out St. Elmo's Fire, check that one out. You'll enjoy it. All right, coming in at number 7 is going to be Clue. Now, Clue is based on a board game, and it's pretty much like about like a murder who someone who ends up getting murdered. So you got a couple of people in a mansion who's trying to find out like stop that who's trying to figure out who the murderer is and all. And you got some interesting group of characters here. Like you got you got the dinner party host Bobby oh no, you got Mr. Buddy was the one who ends up getting murdered. So you got a few other people like Mrs. Peacock, played by Eileen Brina. You got Miss Starlet, played by Leslie Ann Warren. Mr. Green, played by Michael McKean. Professor Plum, played by Christopher Lloyd. Mrs. White, played by Madeline Kahn. And Cole Mustard, played by Martin Mull. And of course, Tim Curry is the butler here. I mean, Tim Curry always had a habit of playing the butler. But Clue is probably one of my favorite whodunit murder mystery films. It is really funny. It has some interesting laughs. I really like all the group of characters together. Such a really good film. If you guys never had a chance to check out Clue, give Clue a go. You'll enjoy it. All right, coming in at number 6 is going to be Weird Science. Of course, this movie was directed by the late great John Hughes. And it's about like a teen misfits. It's pretty much about like these two teen misfits who design their ideal woman on a computer. And so like you got a freak accident that happens where they pretty much ends up the computer ends up creating a superhuman named Leslie, played by Kelly LeBrock. And they also um, they also pretty much try to impress like the try to stand up to these jerks as well. One of which is named Ian, played by the way, Ian in this is played by Robert Downey Jr., who of course is best known for Iron Man. And also you got like the big brother in this, played by the late great Bill Paxton. I mean, th- a movie like this is kind of a nerd's dream, you know. I mean, where you could like make a machine that creates a supermodel. What more can you ask for that one? And Kelly Brock, of course, she was like a supermodel and all. That woman was like, she's probably one of the most gorgeous women of that era. And she was, I really like Kelly Brock in this. I mean, imagine if they remake this today. I could probably see Kate Upton as Lisa or what. But yeah, Weird Science it's weird, but it's really fun. Like it's a movie about it's It's a movie about science, a movie about friendship. You know, it's really good. Like it's like I said, it's a weird premise. I mean, where two misfits teens, create a superhuman, pretty much create a woman in this. I mean, that's something I bet lots of people wish they could make in real life. I mean, imagine like inventing a machine that creates an actual woman. That will be like that. There will be a dream come true, right? But anyway, if you guys never seen Weird Science by now, check it out. Also a really great John Hughes movie. Like John Hughes, he was the king of teen movies back in the '80s, and Weird Science is one of them. And of course, the two leads in this is played by Anthony Michael Hall and Ian Mitchell Smith. They both had great chemistry, so definitely check out Weird Science if you guys haven't seen that. All right, coming in at number 5 is going to be Steven Spielberg's The Color Purple. I mean, this is of course based on a book by Alice Walker, and it's pretty much about like the life of Cecile, played by Whoopi Goldberg, who's an African American woman who's like living in the South, who survives like incredible abuse and bigotry. And you also got Dan Glover in this as a character of the basing of Mr. Albert Johnson. You also had Oprah Winfrey in this, who this movie I believe this movie got released before Oprah Winfrey started handing out cards to people. Of course, it had great performances by Oprah, by Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, I believe Whoopi Goldberg scored her a Oscar nomination for this, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, Danny Glover was great. The other cast is good. I mean, Color Purple it's an iconic film. With some great performances all around. Yeah, if you guys never had a chance to check out The Color Purple, check that one out. You'll enjoy it. Okay. My number 4 favorite is going to be The Goonies. I mean, you cannot do a best 1985 list and not think of adding The Goonies to the list. The, the Goonies is a classic right there. I mean, it's a great before Stranger Things came around, we had there was The Goonies. About like these misfits teens who ends up like having like a treasure hunt and all that. And of course, they end up finding an old pirate map in their attic. You also got a weird character named Sloth in this. Of course, Sloth is played by John Masuak, who was also a football player. You also had like a young Sean Astin. You had a young Josh Brolin in this. Corey Feldman was in this. Really good film. I mean, it's a classic. It's iconic. It has some memorable. It has some memorable lines, some memorable scenes in it. Goonies, that movie is one of the '80s films that still holds up today. You know, almost everyone today still knows who the Goonies are and still know what the Goonies is, and really good film. It's an iconic classic. Directed by Richard Donner, who gave us a Lethal Weapon and Superman. Steven Spielberg was a producer, which I always keep thinking Steven Spielberg directed this. So yeah, but he only produced the film. But yeah, Goonies is just awesome. And of course, come on, you had Josh Brolin way before he was Thanos. So yeah. All right, coming in at number 3 is going to be Mask. Not to be confused with the Jim Carrey movie The Mask. This is just Mask, and it's about Rocky Dennis, is a teenager, who suffered from a facial deformity called Leonidas. And you have his mother in this, played by Cher, who's like tries to struggle to fight for her son's acceptance in public school system. And you also had like the great Sam Elliott in this. Laura Dern was in this film. Really classic film. This movie is heartbreaking. You're gonna need some tissues if you're watching Mask. Cher, I thought she was great in this movie. Yeah, definitely go check out Mask if you guys never seen it. It's a really great film. And like I said, if you watch Mask, you're gonna need some tissues while you watch this. It's crazy that this is actually based on a true story too, because Rocky Dennis was actually a real life person, and it's a shame what he had to go through, and he also tragically passed away at a very young age. Yeah, Mask is definitely a really good film. All right, speaking of John Hughes, my number two favorite is going to The Breakfast Club. I mean, The Breakfast Club is, I mean, it's a movie that takes place mainly in detention, where like these, high school kids who end up having Saturday detention, and they're like very different from each other, and they all, end up talking with one another. Like they're very, there's like friendship and even romance that happens in this. It's directed by the late great John Hughes, who of course gave us Weird Science, which I was talking about earlier. John Hughes is probably one of my favorite filmmakers. I'm a big John Hughes fan, and you have an interesting group of characters here. Like you got the rebel John, played by John Nelson. You got the popular girl Claire, played by Molly Ringwald. You got the outcast, played Allison, played by Ali Sheedy. You got the brains named Brian, played by Anthony Michael Hall. And you got Andrew, who's the jock, played by Emilio Estevez. And of course, all of them end up having a chance to like tell their story and pretty much trying to get through Saturday's attention and whatnot. Of course, it's had the classic song "Don't You Forget About Me." Breakfast Club is probably one of my favorite movies of the '80s. It's a great coming of age film. It's one of the best teen movies of all time. John Hughes, he did teen movies well, and Breakfast Club is definitely one of them. Of course, Molly Ringwald was great. The one who plays the principal, Paul Gleason, he was great in this. And of course, after Breakfast Club, we never had like a full-on remake or anything, but there has been stuff that kind of spoofed Breakfast Club, like Ted Chu. Pretty much Ted Chu spoofed Breakfast Club. Victorious had a Breakfast Club parody. Lee once had a Breakfast Club parody. So I mean, I don't think a remake should really happen. Really, I mean, I'm okay with remakes. Like if you remake it, who cares? If it sucks, still got the original. But I really don't think a Breakfast Club remake should ever happen. Really. But I mean, hey, if the Breakfast Club happens today, I guarantee you the kids in this film in the remake will end up being on their phones. I mean, like I said, teen movies back in the days was different than they were now because no social media, no phone. Like, of course there was phones, but no cell phones now. So yeah, it would have been Breakfast Club would have been different back then. But like Breakfast Club would definitely be a different film if it was made today. But anyway, yeah, if you guys never seen Breakfast Club by now, check it out. It's definitely a great movie, and it's a movie I could probably watch over and over again and never get bored from it. It's a really good one. All right, my number one favorite movie of 1985 is going to be Back to the Future. I mean, I sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, my favorite movie in 1985 is definitely Back to the Future, and it's probably in my top 10 favorite movies of all time as well. I love Back to the Future. You got Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, who ends up going back to time to pretty much get his parents back together, and of course you got Christopher Lloyd, Chris Brett Glover, Leah Thompson, Thomas F. Wilson, who plays Biff. Christopher Lloyd as Doc Brown is definitely one of the best on-screen doctors and scientists there is. Michael J. Fox, like of course I mentioned him in course, I talked about Mike J. Fox with Teen Wolf. Mike J. Fox was great as Marty McFly, and it is a little weird because his mother in this ends up kind of wanting to get with her son, so it's kind of an incest. Like there are some incest related stuff in this, which is probably one of the most weirdest moments in this film. And it's also probably my favorite time travel movie. I mean, the DeLorean. I mean, I really want a DeLorean like in real life. You know, there's like any cause in a movie that I really want to have in real life. That's gonna be a DeLorean. I mean, imagine going back to time and whatnot. And Back to the Future is it's this 80s sci-fi classic. You know, directed by Robert Zemeckis. Steven Spielberg produced this. Of course, it followed up by Back to the Future 2 and Back to the Future 3. Then since Back to the Future, there was like also a lot like Back to the Future had lots of parodies and references. Like for example, Rick and Morty is sort of like a ripoff to Back to the Future if you look at it. And but anyway, Back to the Future is such a great, entertaining film. It has some really great music in it. Definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, if you guys still never seen Back to the Future, check it out. I mean, it also has some really memorable moments, some memorable scenes in it. Such a wonderful film, and this is also an 80s film I could probably watch over and over and never get tired of it because Back to the Future is just the best. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. Uh, n- Number 10, Teen Wolf. 9, Flash. 8, St. Elmo's Fire. 7, Clue. 6, Weird Science. 5, The Color Purple. 4, The Goonies.
Did I give him a book? I said
3, Mask. 2, The Breakfast Club. 1, Back to the Future. Now there's loads of other ones I probably could have added. Let me get you the list. Alright. Other 1985 movies also included Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rocky 4, Life Force, Cocoon, Witness, Fright Night, A View to Kill, Commando, Out of Africa, Return to Oz, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, there's Real Genius, Hail Rider, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Silver Bullet, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Jim Carrey's first feature, Once Bitten, Better Off Dead, The Jewel of the Nile, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, Brazil, The Last Dragon, Spies Like Us, William Frickens' classic, To Live and Die in L.A., Silverado, Reanimator. The list goes on and on. I could list lots of movies in 1985, but let me leave you guys. What are some of your favorite movies of 1985? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This year's Team Movies, signing off.